Hi, my name is Jenna Krajeski, and for the past year and a half, I've been writing about Kurds for the Pulitzer Center on Crisis Reporting. I started with Kurds in Turkey. They make up about 20% of the Turkish population. They're the largest minority there. And for the past 30 years, they have been in an armed struggle with the Turkish state, led by the Kurdistan Workers' Party, or the PKK. In other ways, Kurds in Turkey seem to be consistently protesting the Turkish state, whether that's going on the streets, or going on strike, or electing pro-Kurdish politicians. The relationship between the Turkish government and its Kurdish population is historically quite fraught and tense. In March, a ceasefire was announced between the PKK and the Turkish army, and that's so far been a very positive step toward real reconciliation. Then, about a year ago, I started to look into another population of Kurds in Iraq. In 1991, a no-fly zone was established over the northernmost region of Iraq, which is majority Kurdish, and the population of Kurds there, who had been brutally oppressed under Saddam, began to flourish. In semi-independence, they were able to establish diplomatic ties with neighboring countries like Turkey. They were able to establish economic ties also with neighboring countries. They have great untapped oil reserves, and so foreign corporations have gone into northern Iraq, including American corporations, to try and benefit from that. And all of this done semi-independently from Baghdad. One of Iraqi Kurdistan's greatest diplomatic and economic partners now is Turkey. This comes after years of the Turkish government's unwillingness to even acknowledge that a Kurdistan existed, because the word Kurdistan was seen as a language of resistance, of secession from Turkey, because Kurds in Turkey, when they use that word, that's what they tend to mean. But the Turkish government really has changed its tune and has established economic and diplomatic ties with Iraqi Kurdistan that have been really mutually beneficial. Meanwhile, the Kurds in Iraq and the Kurds in Turkey have an ethnic solidarity. When there was an earthquake in Van in 2011, in that city, which is majority Kurdish in Turkey, was essentially leveled. Huge destruction. A lot of aid came from northern Iraq, and the Kurds in Van really celebrated that aid because they felt like their brothers were stepping up and helping them. So I started to wonder, how could these three relationships work together? Would the ties between the Turkish government and Turkish corporations and the Kurdish regional government and Kurdish corporations there potentially help Kurds in Turkey? Help foster a negotiation between the Turkish state and its Kurdish population, help with the economic isolation of Turkey's Kurds, offer Kurds jobs across the border, economic opportunities, kind of alleviate some of the tension? Or would it further isolate the Kurds in Turkey, make the Turkish government less willing to negotiate with them, make the Kurds in Turkey feel like they had lost an ally in the Kurds in Iraq? So I basically went on a long road trip. I started in Diyarbakir, which is a majority Kurdish city in Turkey, very political, very culturally rich. And I went to some border towns in Turkey and some border towns in Iraq, including in the mountains where the PKK is based, and then down into cities in Turkey. And I tried to look at it from all different angles: cultural, economic, and of course, political.